Learning Help Centers of Charlotte provides scholastic, spiritual and social supports to our neighbours right here in the South Boulevard corridor, because we're called to do this, to love our neighbours and care for those around us that are finding their new homes here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So what is kinship? At Lhcc, we liken it to what you might consider to be a paradise, a place of exquisite beauty, of being present in a distracted world. Kinship is recognizing that there are numerous chances each day to practice sacred presence with people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and walks of life. Our kinship goal is to find ways to establish ourselves in the here and now and to build trust through relationships that will lead to kinship.
And one of our roles has been to connect with the families, not only with kids. So now, because of different circumstances, we have been able to know them from where they live, who they are, and where are they coming from. Most of our families, they are from Hispanic origin, which means some of them, they came here to this country and they didn't speak any English. And that's one of the main reasons we would like to go and help the kids and the families, because outside the classroom or the teachers or the school, they don't have any contact with any English-speaking person. So we are the bridge to help them to connect with the language, with the culture, and just trying to understand where they live and what are the different activities that are around them. It is really interesting that there is a park or a couple parks 10-15 minutes from where they live. But because they feel intimidated to know where they are going or what is going to look like or who is going to be there, they prefer to stay at home. So we have, because of different surveys, we have asked them, the parents and the families, what they would like, what they would need. And we have discovered they need a place to do physical exercises where they feel safe. So we have opened the space in the church to be able to give them that. We have bring different organizations to talk with the moms how to deal with mental health, with the stress, with anxiety. So we are giving education with other organizations to different parts of the family, and we are trying to help them out, praying for them, referring to different programs and different activities in the community.
One of the things that we focus on here at Lhcc is building relationships between our kids and their families and our volunteers. And we offer a lot of different types of activities and programs, and one of the main ones comes on Tuesday evenings. Our kids and families show up, they get to have a meal, and then we have a wonderful group of women that lead devotions for the kids. The kids will be in small groups and they get to build relationships with these women that are leading their devotions and teaching them about Jesus. Later in the evening, they get to be with a volunteer. Ideally, it's always the same person so that they get to really build that relationship with them throughout the school year. And one of our main things is that they are not just coming here to get homework help or literacy help or get tutored, that this is really a mentorship, a coaching process and relationship that the kids and the volunteers get to have together. So of course, you know, they bring their homework and they get to read some books, but really at the end of the day, that's not the main goal that we have. We want them to be able to know what's going on in each other's lives, how they're doing, what's going on in school, their friends, their family, and all sorts of things. The kids get so excited to see their volunteer each week, smile all over their face and their volunteer as well. So the feeling is mutual when everyone's very excited to see one another each week and get to catch up and see how they're doing. One of the new things that we are starting this year is something called the Connection Jar. And this jar is going to have a bunch of questions in it. Anything ranging from more like silly, informal questions to more serious conversation starters, just to be able to get more informal conversation going in between the kids and the volunteers. Our hope is that the kids get really excited to pick a question out of the jar, and they can start their evening or end the evening with this question, and they get to have a dialogue with their volunteer. And then each week they would get a new question. We really think this will be a good way just to facilitate conversation and lead things into many more conversations that maybe they hadn't even thought of before. As a volunteer with LHCC, you do not need any previous experience or prerequisites to be a volunteer. Our volunteers range from high school age kids to retired professionals in the community. And you are with an elementary school or middle school student as their coach, as their mentor each week. You do not need to bring any materials with you. We provide everything here. The kids also will bring some things from school, and we provide books and other additional resources for you to use with your kid.